In order to understand what drives the marine currents, we suggest the following experiment. In particular, we would like to explore the role of temperature and salinity in the movement of marine water. The experimental setup for experimenting both on salinity and temperature is basically the same. Let's take one transparent plastic container, big enough to be able to visualize the currents. It will be filled with fresh water at room temperature. We also need hot and cold water, or fresh and salt water, that have different densities. One glass will be used for each, and 2 pieces of sponges and 2 food colors to help visualize the different types of water. We then add a few drops of food color in cold and warm water, or in fresh and salt water. We add blue color to the glass of cold water and stir it up. We add yellow color to the glass of fresh water. Then we repeat the same for hot water, adding red color to the hot water and green for salt water. The big plastic container is filled with fresh water at room temperature. Each sponge is immersed in a separate glass and placed at the surface of the water. We now let our experiment run and observe what happens. We can see that hot water, or fresh water, stays at the surface and creates a surface current, whereas cold water, or salt water, sinks to the bottom and creates a current in the opposite direction. During this experiment, we observed that bodies of water with different densities do not behave in the same way. Denser water, salt or cold, sinks at the bottom, whereas light water, fresh, hot, stays at the surface. This is what drives marine currents in reality. At the North Pole, near Antarctica, water gets cooled and a part of the water freezes into sea ice. The dissolved salt does not freeze with the water. Hence, when this happens, the remaining liquid water becomes saltier. The cold and salt water thus sinks deep and participates in global oceanic circulation. It is called thermohaline circulation, as it is driven by both salinity and temperature.